هلو گایز، چطورین بچه ها؟ خوش اومدیم به یه ویدیو دیگه. این بار اومدیم با پارت بعدی داستان های واقعی ترسناک. الان که این ویدیو رو داریم میبینی احتمالاً 3 یا 4 تا ویدیو از من آپلود شده، فکر کنم 2 یا 3 تاش لگو مارول، یه دونش هم فکر کنم بتلفیلد باشه. به اندازه کافی خود بتلفیلد حرف زدم، نمیخوام دیگه بیشتر از اون حرف بزنم چون میدونم بعضیا رو میشناسم که یه اتفاقایی میفته، حالا جاش نیست که تو ویدیو بگم. پس بدون معطلی let's play.
A few years ago, it was in January. It was so cold that our town was all frozen, and the streets were very quiet back then. I was living on the second floor of the apartment building at that time, and I could see a small park and a bench in the direction of my balcony.
چقدر عجیب غریبی. مثلا فکر کن نصف شب بری آب بخوری مثلا هر جا. من همینجا داخل خونه هم میشینیم، یه پارک جلومونه. بعد من یه ذره اسکلم، توهم زیاد میزنم، یعنی میرم جلو پنجره اسمم یکی تو پارکه. بعد نمیدونم چجوری بگم، حالا ببین.
One night, it was around 9 p.m. My cell battery had just died, so I went near
الان خونهش هیچ جا پریز بر نداشت.
the balcony to pick up my charger, and I saw a child sitting on a bench about 30 meters away.
بود تازه اومد بشینه.
Around 9 p.m. My cell battery had just died, so I went near the balcony to pick up my charger, and I saw a child sitting on a bench about 30 meters away. It was snowing heavily outside at the time, so I thought it was a little weird for a child to sit on a bench alone in the middle of the
اصلا
night.
عجیب نیست. یعنی داخل داستان‌های واقعی همه این اتفاقا میفته. یعنی می‌بینی آخرش می‌بینی
Especially on this cold day. However, I soon decided not to care about him, thinking that he's just waiting for his parents. Then I surfed the website for a while, and it was about 12 a.m. I went back to the balcony to lock the window, and that kid, he was still sitting on the bench. Looking at the back of his head, I began to worry that something might be wrong with him. So after thinking about it for a long time, I posted a post on the website I often go. Guys, there's a child out there in this time. Should I call the police? I then
ردیته که سریع مثلا بیان جواب دادن اسکلم. مگه مردم همین تا 12 شب باشن تو این سایت که مثل این باشه؟ چه پس
looked back at the bench. Maybe I can talk to him for a second. Thinking like this, I opened the window and shouted at the child. Hey! Hey kid!
خودت چک نمی کنی این ساعت؟ خدا این ساعت 12 شب باید زنگ بزنی؟ واقعا دارن هر قسمت این داستان رو چرت و پرت‌تر میشه.
He seemed not to hear my voice. He was just sitting there, not even looking at me. I shouted to him a few more times, then gave up. Went back to the living room checking the comments, and there was one comment caught in my eyes. Hey, listen, that is not a human. Just shut the door and go to sleep. Do not talk to him. I got goosebumps. Slowly went out to the balcony again, and to my surprise, the child was gone. Was he a real ghost or just gone somewhere? Thinking like this, I tried to shut the window that I had left open earlier and looked down at the window inadvertently. And there was a child. He was standing.
چی گفت الان؟ گفت از پنجره پایین نگاه کردم یا پنجره رو پایینی نگاه کردم؟ چی گفت؟
In front of the first floor, still turning back. Holding my breath, I got so surprised that I quickly closed the window and locked it completely to the inner door. However, I ended up staying up all night that day. Eventually, nothing happened that day. but I still think it's the weirdest experience of my life. What if I didn't see his comment at that moment? Wouldn't that ghost have come into my house through the window? Of course, that kid may be a real person, but I still can't forget the back of his head.
پایان داستان واقعی باید با یه چیز اینجوری باشه. بریم سراغ قسمت بعدی.
It all started when I was 7 years old. I used to live in a small neighborhood with a large amount of woods next to our town. One day my parents...
ببخشید این اوله. شما به نظرتون زندگی کنار دریا بهتره تو شهر بهتره یا خود جنگل؟ من خودم حاضرم تو شهر باشم چون درسته یه ذره خطر داره ولی نسبت به جنگل که کسی دور و برش کمتره که به اصطلاح چه ترسناکه دیگه قبول کنیم. اسم داستان موجود ناشناخته جنگل ببینید دیگه.
Left me at home with my brother while they dropped my other brother off at football practice. That was the starting point. They had to stop abruptly in the middle of the road in the woods when they were driving back home. And that memory has been bothering my dad. Even now, he said. He said that he definitely saw something that day and remembered what it looked like. It was an extremely thin figure, around 7 to 8 feet tall. He was sure that it wasn't a bear because when it saw their car, the thing stood up on 2 legs and ran away with a strange form. It had lots of blotches on certain parts of its body, while other parts were losing hair or had none at all. And its back looked broken and poorly arched when it ran back into the woods. When my parents had warned me about it, even then, I never knew what it was. After I turned 10 years old, one day I had to stay home alone while my parents went to visit.
یعنی بابا مامانش خود خرن وقتی میدونن همچین چیزی اونجاست چرا بچه رو تنها میذارن؟
My uncle. So I invited 7 of my friends over who all called Bella, Riley, Max, John,
Max اسمم دختر
Kayla, Shannon, and Penelope.
1 2 3 مکس هم فکر کنم دختر 4 با این نمیدونم چه صورتی 5 تا کلا یعنی 5 تا دختر 5 تا دختر بودن.
We had fun playing video games, watching movies,
مکس
and
دختر
things like that
4 تا
until
دختر.
midnight. Then I suddenly remembered that thing my dad had seen a few years ago. Hey, why don't we go searching for that creature?
وای خود خره.
Looking at each other, we thought it would be a fun idea to try.
اینا خرتر از خودش.
Flashlights and headed out into the woods.
سگ ساعت 12 شب میره داخل جنگل شمکاشونی رفتیم.
Once we walked in, everything mysteriously got way creepier, and the weird sounds got louder. The whole area was totally dark, and the fear of getting lost was affecting all of us. Suddenly, we heard a loud crunching noise. We shined the flashlight in the direction of the sound, and finally, we saw it. There were some dead carcasses of deer, and I could see that there was some other big animal. At first, I thought it might be a bear that was eating off of those carcasses. However, that's not what it was. The thin, hairy, and almost 8-foot-tall creature was there. It looked at us with its blood-stained, sharp teeth. Then it slowly got up and let out a penetrating howl. Not caring if branches hit us or if we got cut or bruised, we all screamed and ran away through the woods. We didn't know whether...
دیق میزنه داخل تاریکی وقتی میای جیغ میزنی که خیلی راحت‌تر میتونی پیدات کنه. این یعنی مغز تو کلتون نیست.
Was chasing after us or not, but we didn't care. We just needed to get back home as soon as possible. Finally, we jumped over the creek that was right in front of my house, ran up the hill into my house, and then locked the door. Everybody all right? Breathing hard, I looked at my friends, and then I realized something. Penelope was gone. We must have lost her in the woods somewhere as we ran away. Being terrified, I pulled out my cell phone with trembling hands, called 911, and told them about our situation. Within 15 minutes, paramedics, police, and our parents arrived. We explained again what we had seen and what happened to Penelope. The police searched the entire court, but never found the thing or Penelope either. The only thing that had been discovered was some bloodstains of hers. Well, I'm 12 years old now, and none of us speak about what happened that day. The search for Penelope has been going on, but I'm positive that she's dead. Not just me. We all do. I recently did research on the thing, and noticed that many other people had gone missing in my woods. Mostly kids. And Penelope's disappearance made her the 8th child to go missing in those woods. I now no longer go into my woods because I'm afraid that if I do, that thing will find me one day, and I will end up like Penelope.
داستان چرت و پرتی بود واقعا. خودشون دارن میگن یه موجودی داخل جنگله که داره چی میخوره، بعد وایستادن دارن نگاش. اصلا دیوونه نیست.